Hi guys, this is Cobra Tom. No Venom Lily today. She is at her mom's. I have Halo Infinite, the Spartan Cavallino. Hopefully I'm saying that right. If I'm not, yeah, oh well. There's two reasons why there's two reasons why I have two of these. One, I wanted one to open to basically play with and have on the shelf and do fun stuff with. And two, it's going to probably be really hard to see, but here you've got the really nice white Spartan Cavallino with Bulldog Shotgun, Series 3, with a real nice Master Chief, real nice painted picture of a figure, I think. Or maybe it comes straight from the game, but it's basically, you know, a really nice picture here, and then you got the figure and everything else. Well, I bought one, and I had it sent to me, and if you can kind of see, I'll show you, something got spilled on this one, and see how it's like this, and I think it was some kind of perfume or some kind of stuff, because it just stinks. And look at the back, just spilled all over, and the guy refused to give me any kind of refund, any kind of anything. He basically just ignored all my messages, and I was kind of stuck. There we go. See, and if you've got one that isn't wrecked, it matches the, you know, it matches the color of all the other backgrounds. So what I'm going to do is keep this Cavallino on card. And it's a really nice card. There's some really nice packaging. Got the halo and the thing for the peg there for holding onto the thing here. It says Series 3, 8+, Spartan Cavallino, Halo Infinite. This is their 3 3/4 inch line, which is probably more closer to 4 or 4 1/4 line, but that, you know, that's good. And then on the side here, it's got Halo, and on the side here, it's got the UNSC flag. And on the other side, it just says UNSC and Halo. The nice stripe and a nice coloring. And then on the back, it's got a nice cross-sell. Series 3 individual figures. So you have Elite Mercenary, Master Chief with assault rifle and grapple hook. That's pretty cool. The EOD, which is a figure I really like, the explosives and demolition expert. That's pretty cool. The Jackal and Hyperius. I think that's how you say that, with Ravager, which is a figure I actually do have. And then the Cavallino with the Bulldog. Yeah, so I'm going to keep that one. I'm going to open this one up, and then I'll talk about the figure. And then I'll kind of show you a few of the figures that I actually do have from this line. So I'm going to cut. I wonder if I even have to cut, if I can't just rip this all open here. Yeah, as you can see, the figure is, or the whole card back and everything is all messed up. But thankfully, it's got this shell, I guess you could call it, plastic thing, so that none of the things got onto the figure or the gun or messed any of that stuff up or wrecked the paint job. Because if you can see here, it's kind of hard because there's a bit of a glare here. Yeah, that looks better. See, none of it got onto there. And unlike the plastic of the shell, this is all really crappy, but it didn't get into the foot pegs or why am I blanking on this? Well, foot peg thing. So there you go. So see, it didn't get on there. I'll think of it after I'm done with the video. So I'm going to take this out quick. Here's the Cavallino. You can look at him for a moment. I really wanted to do this figure, and I forgot to do this the other day when Lily was here. Figure stand. There we go. Figure stand, figure stand, figure stand. And then this just kind of comes off like this. Some of them have some tape, like right here, like it's got the tape here, but that's all right. And we'll get out the bulldog, and I will see if I can get this guy out without, if it doesn't, because I took one of these figures out one time. I got the leg back in, but it never was quite the same. Took one of these figures out one time, and the leg popped off, and he was never really quite the same after that. Here, I'm going to put him. Sorry about this. I know this is crappy figure. Figure review quality, because you don't even see the figure. But I also don't have my assistant, who's the real star of the show, who pretty much does everything. So here we go. I can see why some people, I've heard, not really complaints, but some people have kind of said that they don't like the orange on the figure. The green is really nice, and this part with the pouches is a little bit lighter green, so it's kind of picked out really nicely in paint apps. Hope you guys can see that. There you go. Hopefully you guys can see that these are picked out really nicely, and he's got a really nice knife. Hopefully you guys are seeing that. That's nice. Really nice. It does not come out though. I could even see that just from, I could just see that from just the way they made it, that it's a non-usable knife, but really when they're that small, they might get lost. Or if you just have them on the shelf and it falls off, and it goes in the carpet or something and you're vacuuming, you might never see it. So that's not always, it's cool to have, don't get me wrong, it would be kind of nice to have a knife, but in some cases, when you've got a figure like this and you've got really small accessories, sometimes having the really small accessory is more of a burden than a help, in my opinion. And here's the back peg and the bulldog. Hopefully you will be able to see that. I'll try to put that up against the green. That should help. And that peg goes into here. My issue might be is that these protrude a little bit. It might get in the way. But you should be able to just... What also doesn't help, well, it does help, because in the end, I bet they don't have pegs that break off. But these are kind of soft, and then if you don't get them like quite in right, they tend to kind of bend and be kind of just not, it's a little pliable, and so it bends and then it doesn't quite go into the hole like it's supposed to. Well, there we go. My whole shelf fell down. Oh dear. Okay, so anyway, here's what I'll show you. The guns are quite bendy, and are really nice. I'm glad they're that way, because you're probably not breaking tips. But this is really rubbery. So you can see that. It's really rubbery, and if you don't, let's see, and if you don't get it in quite right away, it doesn't fit in the backpack very well. Like here we got the backpack here, and it's got a nice hole. Oh, and I got it in the first try. So there, fine, there that goes. Although I did lose this guy's head. I'm not nuts about this design of the Marine head. They fixed it later, but the Marine head kind of falls off too easy in this figure. I think this one might be one of the figures that leg popped off and just he hasn't quite been the same. Yeah. So here we go. If we get him kind of standing up here, you will notice right away that if I can get him on his figure stand. Now it has something to do with the game and the game lore. So it's not against the company. I think Jazzwares or whoever was doing this first did a good job, because the Marines are just like supposed to be like normal people. But then you get the Spartans, and the Spartans are supposed to be like a genetically enhanced people, I guess. And so they're more like taller and bigger and stronger and whatever. And so the size wise is really nice if you're into that kind of thing and need to have your Spartans be taller and stuff. It is really a nice thing. I'm not trying to say it's not. It's just kind of just seems kind of weird. As for articulation, it's got the arm. I would be very careful with bending the elbows, because I have noticed that the elbows, at least on some of mine, don't move. I can't even get them to move. Oh, I got it to move. Felt like I was going to break them, but I did kind of sort of get them to move. But it felt really tight. But it does have one really nice feature, which is helpful for gripping guns and stuff. It has got a swivel. It's got a back and forth. I know that might be really tough because I got my hand in the way. And his legs are on a very nice swivel. Hopefully you can see that. And because of the knife, it does inhibit a very tiny bit. But look, it's got really nice range of motion. Got all the way around. I'm just trying to be careful. I'm sure if I finagled it, I could get it all the way around, but I don't want to break the tip of the knife or the handle. It's got double knee, so that's really nice for posing. Kind of makes it look like he's about to kick a football. And it's got the foot on a nice up and down and on a rocker. So there you go. He has got some really great paint apps. He's got a really nice helmet. I'm pretty sure that this body and these legs are reused and stuff. So that's good. It's kind of how, you got to make your money, and you got to make, the more you can make the same, the cheaper it's going to be. And this is how the cheaper they can make them, the better the price is going to be for the consumer. So you guys shouldn't be complaining at all if all the bodies kind of seem to be repaints and redos. I know that that's kind of annoying, but if you want to keep them in the $10 price range and keep getting quality figures with different types of movements, rocker, back and forth on a ball, side to side with the head. And if I finagled it, and I don't want to wreck the guy's head, but I guarantee you I can flip it all the way around, see? But I don't like doing that because I'm afraid that I'm just going to break it, because that seems to be my luck. But if you're looking for a really cool figure, if you're looking for a different type of style figure, I have nothing against the Master Chief. But the Master Chief is basically all the same figure. Some have different paint apps, and some have like different scoring, kind of carbon scoring or whatever you call that, like battle damage and stuff. And some have like the grapple hook. This one doesn't. So if you kind of want like a little different soldier and a little different thing, the Cavallino is a really nice kind of variant, and I'm sure a lot of you guys are able to do customs and make this really good. I'm going to show you a couple of the others that I do have that I said I would show you. Here we go. I'm going to put him on there. And on the back, I will show you the EOD and the... I do have this one, but I have him carded. I do have this one, and this one open, and this one open. This big brute, figuratively and literally, he's a brute, came in the 3-pack. Oh, gotta come a little closer. And he came in this 3-pack with this brute as well, and then and then this Master Chief, like hollow, I don't know what they call that, stealth tech or whatever. And then I have bear with me 1 minute. EOD and grappling hook Master Chief with assault rifle. And then there's one with a bulldog, I believe, with the grappling hook on his arm. And as you can see with this chief and this chief, pretty much the same. There's a little bit of different paint app. I think this one has some more battle damage and a little more on the helmet and stuff. So a lot of these things, like the boots and the legs and stuff, are going to be pretty similar. The arms are a little different on this one. The helmet's obviously different. I think this one's more like the, oh, I forget the name of that one. Yeah, well, anyway, this one's more like a different one. And this one's a little bit more original because it doesn't quite have the knee flaps like this one does. But as you can see, it's got like the same type of boots and hands, and other than this part that's got this shoulder pauldron, this has got like, I don't know what those are. He's an EOD, so there's probably some kind of explosives thing. So, but the legs all have this like same type of thing in here, so you can get it to go all the way around like that. Double knee. This one does not have the, I guess these aren't quite all the same. This one doesn't have the knife either. I thought it did. Yeah, this one's more like the Eva, I think, than the Cavallino. And it's got a different gun. But that's kind of how that some of these have like a bulldog. Like I think the pilot has a bulldog. I think another one has the assault rifle. See, because I got another Master Chief with an assault rifle. So I think a lot of these ones have quite a few similar ones, similar accessories. Another one with an assault rifle. So, well, thank you for watching. I know without Lily these aren't quite as good, and you're just stuck with me, but thank you for watching, and we will see you on the next one. Bye.